hear him say anything?
Nobody has conveyed that to me about any sort of a motive. I'm sure that will come out as the investigation unfolds.
And can you say where the bullets went at this stage? Did anything go outside of the church? Can you describe where it happened within the church?
I really could not. My understanding, it was in the main sanctuary part of it, like in a conference room of some sort. I don't have any reports of bullets leaving the property, though it certainly is possible at this point. But I don't think that's much of an issue at this time.
Can you tell us the basics again right now? What happened?
So at 5:07 this afternoon, we received a call. There was a shooting inside the church. There was apparently a church or worker upstairs in this building. They heard a shot and then more shots. They left that building, called us. As we have found now, is an adult male, a father, who has shot and killed his 3 children that are under the age of 15.
And there's a 5th person? Who's the 5th?
My understanding is that there is a 5th person that is also deceased. I don't know if they are related to this family or if they just happen to be in the church at that time. I'll have to.
But 5 deceased.
5 deceased at this point.
And do you happen to know whether the mother of these children or another parent of these children is aware of all of this, or perhaps among the deceased?
It's so soon right now. I don't have that, but I expect to have that a little bit later on tonight. And I'll put out certainly a press release and try to give you as much detail as I can at that time.
And where does the investigation go from here? How long will you be out there? Is this one of those things where Sheriff's Office investigators will be out here throughout the evening?
Yeah, we'll be out here, I'm sure, most of the night going through this. There will be a lot of physical evidence that needs to be collected and forensics and so forth. So you can count on that we will be out here for the night.
Traffic impact? Oh, sorry.
Were the victims pronounced dead on scene, or was anyone transferred to the hospital?
I would have to refer to fire for that, sir, Captain Wilborn. No one was transported by ambulance, is what Metro Fire Captain says, and so they were pronounced at the scene.
Do we know what kind of gun was used?
I do not know that at this point.
Traffic impact, what roads are closed for people who usually take this route?
Ethan and Howe area and Cottage and Howe are going to be impacted if you want to avoid those particular areas.
Do you know about the children, if they were boys, girls?
I think there was 2 females and a male, but again, that's preliminary, and I don't have that for certain at this point.
It looked like there was a search for the shooter. Was there a search briefly?
There is always, we always have a large perimeter, not knowing if somebody is going to take off and continue. So as we set that perimeter and we start moving in, and as we talk to witnesses, we figure out who is involved in this and so forth. So it would look like that, but no, it looks like everything was contained inside of that building.
And just to confirm, the father of these children, the gunman, turned the gun on himself, or was he
Yes.
shot by? Okay.
No, he killed himself. And so this is, as far as I can see at this point, a domestic violence related sort of incident.
So no word on why this location in particular?
No. I don't know why they were at the church.
Yes.
I don't know if there was something specific that brought him there. I would assume, I'm going to assume at this point, that they were a member or somehow associated with this church, and that's why they were here.
And any reason to believe the 5th person was the wife, or just
I just don't know that. I have asked that myself, and I just don't know that at this point.
Have you reached out to extended family, Mexican?
That is a process that will happen quickly. As you imagine, no one wants to know that somebody in their family perished by seeing an event on TV or anything like that. So we do send chaplains and so forth out to contact those families. I don't know where that process is at, though.
But you're not releasing this suspect's name?
No, we're not releasing any further information, any specifics about the event for many reasons, but that being one of them.
when are you releasing the victims' information?
The coroner will generally identify victims and release that information.
And were there any other people in the church at the time that this happened?
That I don't know. I don't know.
When's your next briefing? Will you have an update before 10, 11 o'clock tonight?
I should have a bit more information by 10 or 11 tonight, and I will certainly share with you what I can.
One last question. Was there a or an event going on at the church that?
Again, I don't know what brought folks there
But
at
there
this
were
point.
other. What I'm saying, were there other people other than?
Yes, my understanding is that there was, I don't know how many, but yes, there were other either congregants or were employees of the church, yes, that were in the building. I just don't know how many. And if something specific was going on or if it was just part of their work day.
Quick question, officer. Are the victims Hispanics? Are they Hispanic?
I don't have any reports of that, but I don't know.